If you've spent the last few weeks comparing robotic lawnmowers and still aren't sure which one actually makes sense for your yard, I get it. There are a lot of promises out there. Some models sound great until you realize the setup is way more complicated than the marketing lets on, or the app is clunky, or the thing just stops working when it rains. The Husqvarna Automower 430X is one of the few that actually delivers on the set-it-and-forget-it idea without hidden headaches. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those mowers that requires professional installation or a degree in robotics. The 430X is designed for DIY setup, which matters because if you have to call someone to install it, the whole value proposition disappears fast. The kit includes everything you need to get it running in a weekend, and the instructions are clear enough that most people can handle it without tearing up their lawn. That said, it's not completely plug-and-play. You'll need to lay down some boundary wire, which takes a little patience, but it's far simpler than the maze of sensors and docking stations you see on cheaper models. Where this mower really shines is in how it handles real-world conditions. If you've ever owned a robotic mower before, you know how frustrating it is when it gets stuck on a slope, stops working in light rain, or refuses to charge properly. The 430X uses GPS-assisted navigation to map your yard and adjust its cutting pattern based on terrain, so it doesn't just bounce around like a Roomba on a mission. It also has a reliable wired charging system, which means no more dead batteries or random shutdowns when the weather turns. That's the kind of reliability that turns a nice-to-have gadget into an actual time-saver. The theft protection is another detail that often gets overlooked. Robotic mowers are an easy target for thieves, especially if they're just sitting in your yard unattended. The 430X comes with a PIN code lock and an alarm, plus it can send alerts to your phone if it detects movement. That's not something you'll notice every day, but when you're on vacation and realize your mower is still safe, it's a huge relief. Now, let's talk about who this is actually for. If you have a medium to large yard up to about 0.8 acres, the 430X is a solid choice. It's built to handle slopes, uneven terrain, and even light rain without missing a beat. But if your yard is mostly flat, shady, or full of obstacles like garden beds or tight corners, you might want to look elsewhere. The GPS mapping helps, but it's not magic. It still needs clear boundaries to work efficiently. And if you're someone who likes to micromanage every little detail of your lawn, this might feel too hands-off. The whole point is that it runs itself, so if you're the type who wants to adjust the cutting height every week or manually reroute it around a new flower bed, you'll probably find it limiting. On the flip side, if you're tired of spending weekends pushing a mower or dealing with patchy grass because you skipped a week, this thing is a game changer. I've seen people use it to maintain pristine lawns with zero effort, and the app lets you monitor progress, adjust settings, and even get alerts if something goes wrong. The only real downside is the price. It's not cheap, and if you're only dealing with a small patch of grass, you might be better off with a cheaper model. But if you're in the market for a high-end robotic mower that actually works, this is one of the few that lives up to the hype. So, should you buy it? If you want a robotic mower that's reliable, easy to set up, and built to handle real-world conditions, the 430X is worth the investment. If you're looking for a budget-friendly option or have a very small or unusually shaped yard, keep shopping. Either way, check the link in the description if you want to see the latest details on Amazon.